Hello, my name is Gigi for Goblin Guide, bringing you another Modern League. Today we are playing Gruul Midrange. So, for today, I'm playing a list that has one Bird of Paradise. The rest of the list is pretty much standard. My sideboard has a Thrun, just because I think the card is funny. One Chandra, 2 boil, so sideboard heavy on the matchup against blue-white control, and also heavy on mono-red blitz and EZ blitz because I have 2 Baloth, 2 Weather the Storm, and Arasta of the Endless Web. Why did I decide to play Gruul today? I started playing Gruul paper at my local game store with this pretty similar list, and I enjoy the deck a lot. I think it is a fun deck. You have to make a lot of decisions with your creatures. So a bit of a disclaimer: I'm not that experienced with the deck, but I'm still gonna give it a shot. And because I like it a lot, so if I make some mistakes or my sideboarding is not perfect, I'm sorry, but I'm playing the deck just because I have fun when I play it. Yeah, so let's go to round 1, what we can do with Gruul Midrange. So we are on the draw with a Blood Moon hand. Fortunately, we don't have a mana accelerator. But I think this is still a fine hand, pretty slow hand, but 3 lands, I have 3 spells that I can cast and a Chandra. I think this is still fine. Let's try it. Playing 2 Martyr of Sands. So probably a Soul Sister deck. Pretty happy we're not playing Burn, because this is pretty much the worst matchup for Burn. Soul Sisters. Alright, so Blood Moon probably is not going to be that great because it is most of the time a mono-white deck. Alright, so decides to sack right away and plays the Serengil. So he has no control, Soul Warden, and Aluris. Alright, so I think the game is gonna end up pretty quickly. Has an Angel, 6/6 flying, not an Angel, but Asura Ascendant, 6/6 flying, lifelink on turn 2. That is pretty good. And we drew a second copy of Blood Moon, which is not great. And has another Serra Ascendant. So I think I'm not gonna reveal what I'm playing. Let's just go to game 2. Not gonna give him more information. Alright, so that was pretty quick. I think Blood Moon are pretty bad. Let's bring in some Anger of the Gods. I think Chandra is fine to clear the board. Maybe some relics because I did see a Luris, but for the rest of my deck, I'll see myself cutting another card. Try out 1 relic, put it like that. Don't think I have too much in my sideboard against this matchup, and I think game 1 he had pretty much everything he wanted. Turn 1 Martyr into Serra Ascendant and another Serra Ascendant. So at least in our deck we have a chance to win, but if we were playing Burn, it would be over already. So yeah, don't think the rest of my sideboard is very good. think the plan is to kill creatures with bolts and play my own big stuff creatures like Glorybringer, Klothys. Try to generate some value. So recently I saw a lot of lists not running Birds of Paradise. Well, most of the lists are not running it anymore. I tried those lists and I just found that I like having the one of Bird. Just gives you an extra edge to have more ramp turn 1. Just the extra more constancy with 4 Sprawl, 1 Bird, and 4 Arbor Elf. Because Gruul Midrange is a deck that wants to go 1, 2, 3, turn 1, play a 1 mana spell, and turn 2, play a 3 mana spell. Alright, so like this hand, even though I would prefer this mountain to be a forest, I think this is still a fine hand, so I'm gonna try go for the Arbor Elf play. Hope he doesn't have a removal spell. And maybe I could draw forest to play a big spell here. Alright, so we didn't draw forest, but have a sprawl. Let's put it on red. Tap. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna go Klothys right away. Hold my Bonecrusher and Pillage for next turn. That way, I'm going to have more mana because I can eat my Wooded Foothills. Or if I want to, I could eat his Mishra's Bubble, but I think I'm probably going to go for the mana. I'm not sure if Soul Sisters is a good or bad matchup for us, but I think we definitely have a shot at winning the game, more than Burn. Burn is like, I think, a 90-10 for the Soul Sister player. Alright, so opponent, hear what he wants to play. Plays an Orc Champion, which is pretty good against us, cannot remove it in our deck. Alright, so we drew a forest. So let's see here. I'm going to have 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 if I want to. And I pretty much just want to stomp and play my Crusher. So just need really 5 mana. So I'm just going to eat the bubble. So let's stomp this. Hold up bolt. Play my Crusher. Maybe I should blow up a land. I'm gonna put as much pressure as I can. If my opponent doesn't play another land next turn, I'm going to pillage one of the lands, but most of his deck costs 1, 2, or 3, so I think I'm fine holding the pillage for 1 turn. Alright, maybe not. Iliad is a good hit for my opponent. Alright, attacks for 1. Fine. Let's eat his Soul Warden. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many mana do I have? 4, 5, 6. So I can pillage plus pyro. Seems fine. Actually, no, I won't have the other red. So I think I'm just going to play pyro. Try to draw something else. So my opponent is gonna put counters. His champion. Card both of those. We drew another bolt. Because he's gonna have a big champion. Or play this land. Just attack with every creature. 9. Put some pressure. Our champion is pretty annoying because can block for days, and then another one gonna gain a lot of life, and Iliad is now active. Alright, I'm gonna respond the gaining life ability by bolting the Jenny Primate. Alright, so let's eat this Primate. Put a Pyro on the battlefield. Alright, play Chandra. Plus with his no attacks and pass turn. Chandra is pretty much going to get killed. And he has infinite life, infinite damage. So, alright, pretty rough start for round number 1. Opponent had a beautiful hand on the play, and then game 2 double champion with an Iliad. Pretty hard to beat. I think in our 75 we have no way of removing a Rock champion except by blocking with Scavenging Ooze. Alright. So, round number 2, we are on the play. Pretty risky hand. If we manage to draw a land, this hand is very good. But if we don't, still fine if we don't. We can do turn 1 Sprawl, to turn 2 Sprawl, to turn 3 play some things. I'm gonna try it. If we manage to draw the second land, it's gonna be very good. So just a basic forest. Red, fast turn. Opponent, are you there? Alright. Fire. Hope he doesn't get our Sprawl. Now we really need a second land to be able to play our cards. Pillage. Okay, interesting. So we'll have the ramp. Opponent didn't want to get Pillage turn 2. Maybe didn't realize if he took our Sprawl we couldn't do that. Alright, but we drew the land anyway, so I think I'm gonna grab a Stomping Ground. Be safer. Red. Play my Seasoned Pyro. Make some elementals. Another Pyro, that's pretty good. So next turn we can play Windswept into Pyro. Hope he doesn't discard Pyro. So far I'm pretty sure it is either Jund or the Shadow. Guys. Yep. So a big 5/6 Goyf. Blood Moon would have been good, but my opponent decided to take 2 basics. So just gonna play Seasoned Pyro, discarding Blood Moon, making another 1/1. Alright, so Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. Question is, do I play it? Do I wait? I'm gonna play it now. He wants to kill it. That is fine. So won't attack now. My opponent cannot really attack either, because I can jump and then swing with everything. Holden and Mantle. Alright, so kill a fire, kill my ooze. Presume. Yeah. Maybe should have hold it. But I had only... well, I had Glorybringer that I could eat, so... Shadow. Alright, so Baby Shadow, 1/1. Opponent decides to attack. Pretty surprised. Alright, so let's jump with 1 elemental. Brawl. Really what I wanted to see. So think I'm not going to attack still, and probably... I'm still probably not going to attack. To see what he wants to do with his Goif. I could chunk with Seasoned Pyro and make 2 other elementals. I need something like Klothys or Chandra or Glorybringer. Yeah, big boy. I think Klothys would be a very good draw. I could jump for days and eat his life total away. Alright, so can give a creature +4/+4. So I think I'm gonna do, like I said, block with the Pyromancer. Yep. Alright, so exile Pyromancer. Things. Arbor Elf. Yeah, I need to do better top decks than that. Could try to be more aggressive. Let's see, attack with all my creatures except for 1 elemental. He blocks the Pyro, takes 3, go down to 7. Next turn I block. Can't really do much again. I think I have to hold my creatures. Need something to pass through his Alright, so draws a card. Attacks with both, so probably has something like another Gore Clan Ravager or Temur Battle Rage. Can't really play around it since I'm at 7. So I think I have to jump and hope he doesn't have it. So let's get it 2. Even if I block with all my creatures, I was dead anyway, so... Yep. Going to game 2. Going to cut my bolt. Good in the matchup. Thrun is fine, I think. Don't have much in this matchup, honestly. Relics are fine. Or a good player against 3. Then good. And they are Jun. They don't have islands either. So maybe just bring an Arasta. Probably better than a Baloth. Yeah. Don't think the rest of my sideboard is great. Alright. One land once again. Yeah, one land against the Inquisition deck. Not great, but at least we have 2 sprawls. Right, put down Bloodbraid Elf. Opponent mulligans to 5, so even a discard spell won't be that good for him. So probably want to head on Forest, and if he has a removal spell, just gonna slow myself a turn. But if he doesn't have a removal spell, I can Pillage turn 2. I'm gonna say he doesn't have one. Or, not gonna say, but I'm gonna hope he doesn't have one. And push. Alright, Inquisition, so we will have a Sprawl turn 2. But if we draw a land, it's gonna be fair. Let's see if he takes the Pillage again. Maybe the Relic. Alright, takes the Relic. Twice. Didn't draw a second land, but fine. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna play the Sprawl. I'm gonna say red, in case he has a spell for my Arbor Elf. That way next turn I could pillage his land. Alright, push. So I still have my pillage. Stomping Ground. And play my Ooze and my pillage. I think I'm just gonna pillage his swamp. Play Stomping Ground, pass turn. Is he running blue? No. I was afraid for a second that he is running blue, in fact, and was going to Stubborn Denial my spell. Let's see. Drive. Um, Gonna play Ooze. And not play Arbor Elf now, because I don't need him that much. Gonna hold my Ooze to eat some cards. Right, so before damage, I'm gonna Elf. 4. Follow up. So once again, I don't really need my Arbor Elf. So I'm gonna attack for 3 and eat some things. Alright, so edge eat our relic. Let's eat. Wraith. Things, so let's eat push. Take 2. Take 2. Another small goif. Okay. And now I think I'm gonna eat Inquisition and my Pillage and just kill his goif. Attack for 4. My Pillage. Eat his. He's a 1-2. Stomp his goif. Attack for 4. Actually, once again, I don't really need my Arbor Elf, so I'm just gonna eat with attack for 5. That 4. His goif is a 1-2. He needs a removal spell for my Scavenging Ooze at this point. Other great. Okay, that. I think we're good to go. Alright, so Scavenging Ooze won the game on his own. One of my good friends told me he really liked the card. I was like, I'm not sure about it. And I think this is like the 4th time Scavenging Ooze just wins me the game alone. So don't want to make any changes. Yeah, not really. Like, Baloth is the only card I could see, but my opponent is not really running Religion of the Veil, and he's not gonna Thoughtseize my Baloth. Try it out again like that. Alright, so I like the Blood Moon. I like the Relic, but we have no Accelerator. I'm still gonna keep. I think this is still a fine hand. I have 4 good cards in my hand. Thoughtseize. Okay. Fix Relic. Sprawl. Easy. We're just that good at Magic. So let's next red and fast turn. Hope my opponent doesn't have another discard spell. Alright, so this Stomping Ground is gonna be mountain. I think we just slammed the Blood Moon. No point in waiting and him getting his fetches. So let's play Blood Moon. Hope it doesn't have trophy. We need a green for that. Alright, bubble. Next turn, probably play the Thrun, the last troll. Good at 50. Scavenging Ooze, once again, is pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to play it now. Probably going to play it next turn. So let's play our 4/4, which can block his 3/4. Position. We have two good cards. Alright, so not gonna play, not gonna block this time. Take 4. 11. And our Pyro that we draw. Fortunately, drew lands. So I think I'm just gonna hold my Thrun in defense, regenerate it. That way I can draw something. Like Thrun is just gonna block until the end of time. And he cannot target it with anything, so I think we're still fine. Thrun is just very funny. I think the card is just so fun to play. So attacks. Alright, Arbor Elf. Good. Play it. Last turn. So our Thrun is just gonna buy us a lot of time, so we just need to draw a Klothys, a Chandra, Glorybringer, something to end the game. Alright. Another Pyro would be great also. Nice. Alright, so let's play Pyro. Draw 2 cards. Ugh. We're not getting good hits of the Pyro. Again, I could block with Seasoned Pyro, but don't really have good attacks. So I have to hold. Plague Engineer on Elf or Elemental would be good. Elf, alright. Do much about that. Attacks. Pillage. Alright, at least you won't have the black source. So that's that. That buys us even more time, but we have to draw a threat to finish the game. Nice mountains you got there. So let's see if he wants to attack with Plague Engineer. Just gonna block with Pyro and make some elementals. Oh, Blood Moon, just to be sure. Right. We have a lot of good hits in our deck still. Not too worried. Bloodbraid is good. Or Forest if we draw something else. Well, yeah. At least if I play it, I guess it will not be in my deck anymore. I don't really need my Arbor Elf, so I'm just gonna kill my own Arbor Elf. Plague Engineer. And again, a turn. And also my Bloodbraid Elf is a 2-1. Forget about that. So yeah, in this type of games I would have liked to have my Chandra in my deck, but usually doesn't go that long. Alright, so another Bloodbraid. What we get? Klothys, that's probably one of the best cards we could have get. So let's start the draining. Next turn. So pass turn. Alright, so we have a lock, we have a game, we have a blocker, and we have a way to win the game, so I think we're good to go. And in 2 turns, we'll be able to attack because I'm going to eat both artifacts. His Goif is going to be a 3/4. I'm going to be able to attack with my Klothys. And also my Thrun. Alright, so let's eat bubble. Sure, let's play Sprawl. Name green. Draw Scavenging Ooze. Never mind then. One concedes. Yeah, I don't think they had an out from this game because they would have to draw their basic forest and another basic swamp. And I had 2 Blood Moons, so I think they were done. Alright, so pretty good hand. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. I like it. We have a turn 3 Pillage or Blood Moon, depending on what my opponent is showing me. So let's grab a basic forest. And pass turn. Alright, Temple of Deceit, I think I'm gonna play Blood Moon. This is most likely a ad nauseam. I think I do want another basic forest, so I'm just gonna grab the other basic forest and play Blood Moon, pass turn. Don't think they're playing Force of Negation. Maybe a Pack of Negation, but can't do much with a Temple of Deceit. Next turn, probably going to play Chandra or Bloodbraid. Alright. Mental Prism is one way they can get their mana. So do I want to just blow the Pendle Prism now or put more pressure? I think I'm just gonna blow the Pendle Prism now. That way they won't have the color of mana they want to. And we can still play Bloodbraid or Chandra next turn. Another mountain for my opponent. So we have 3 and 5. So I think I'm gonna play Chandra, add to red, play my giant, and pass turn. I think my opponent just concede. Yeah. I don't think they have a lot of answers against Blood Moon turn 2. So against Ad Nauseam, let's bring in Cindervines. Got Bolt. And I think Thrun is probably better than Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is plus. And I think Glorybringer is probably too slow, even though Baloth is not that fast. I think we just want to disrupt them as fast as possible in this matchup, so yeah. We have to kill their lands with our Blood Moon and then just finish the game with pressure. So we have no acceleration, no Blood Moon. Like, this is a fair hand, but I don't think a fair hand is gonna win us the game, so I'm just gonna try to mull once. And this is better, but not that great either. Do I want to go to 5 though? Probably not. Let's try to put a Klothys to the bottom. At least we have a turn 2 arrow, so we can draw into something else. Try to draw a Blood Moon. Alright, Sprawl. Good. Let's play Arbor Elf fast turn. Dental Prism. Yep. Alright, so I think I'm going to play the Bloodbraid here, because it gives pressure and it can get Pillage or what's called Blood Moon. So that up. Pillage, yep, that's pretty good. So let's think killing the Penta Prism is better because it gets rid of 2 mana. They want to... Nope, they don't want to use their mana in response. Back for 3, so pretty good turn 2. Pretty good turn 2. So Blood Moon would be great. And I have a lot of mana. Ready to draw the big ends of my deck. Opponent deciding top, so top one on the bottom. Blood Moon, perfect. So tap that, play a Blood Moon. Pack of Negation, okay. Play Klothys. Potion is 7, so next turn, I'm going to attack. Alright, so my opponent needs to have Angel's Grace. Boom, Angel's Grace. And alright, so let's eat his Grace, I guess. Matter. Let's play Seasoned Pyro. See what we draw. Ballot and Sprawl. So I do need to untap if I want to play the Ballot. Tap that. Yeah, I won't play my Sprawl. Not necessary. Attack with the creatures I can. Or 7. Like, if I draw Seasoned Pyro, I'd rather get an Elemental from my Sprawl than actually play the Sprawl. So my opponent has to win now, or never mind. I was going to say he had to win now, or have an Angel's Grace, or an Direction on life. Okay, so glad we are on Gruul Midrange, because Soul Sisters first match, well, we didn't win it, but we had a better chance at winning it than Burn, I think. Janda Shadow, I think, is fine for Burn to win. And this matchup, one of our worst matchup also, Nauseam against Burn. But the Blood Moon main with Mana Acceleration is very good against Nauseam. And we were lucky too, both our hands were very good. This is the thing about this deck, sometimes you will have to multi 5, even to 4 to get some good hands. Sometimes you will have hands that you're not sure if you want to keep because they are fair hands. Like, the difference between having a Sprawl or an Arbor Elf and not the Sprawl is very big in this deck. So this hand is very, very slow, and I don't want to draw. Alright. Like I said, this is already a faster hand because I do have Blood Moon turn 2. Like, I have not much else, but Blood Moon turn 2 is still very solid against most decks. So I think this is maybe human, so Blood Moon turn 2 is very good if they don't have Vile. Cavern on human. Alright. Turn 2 is perfect. Talia. Gonna steal my Blood Moon. Not sure if he wants to steal my Blood Moon. Just maybe the Lightning Bolt. Blood Moon. Alright. So let's see what we can draw. Blood Moon. Birds. Alright, so play Foothill. Play forest. Play bird. And hold the bolt. Now I could actually play Glorybringer next turn if my bird survives. Blue. White. Red. Okay. So let's kill your next turn Glorybringer, kill the Kite Sail. Or do I just kill the Kite Sail, take 3, play Blood Moon, then next turn after that play Glorybringer? Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill the Kite Sail just because they won't be able to play other cards. Take 3. Just going to take 6 during this interaction, so I'm fine with that. So I have 3, 4, 5, and can play Glorybringer, but like I said, just gonna play my Blood Moon and pass turn. Next turn, play my Glorybringer. So my opponent can't really play his creatures with all mountains. So no blocks for now. Going to 12 is fine. I think Glorybringer is gonna end this game. Back and exile. Kill your boy. Take 4. My opponent needs a Vial to be able to play his creatures, but it's gonna be too slow, I think. Game. Alright, so humans. I'm gonna bring Angers, Baloth. Could bring Chandra. Well, you can get rid of all creatures with his -3, but maybe it's gonna be too late when I draw it. So what do I not want against humans? I think Bloodbraid are cute, but most of the time I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna just want to play something else. Either just too. Maybe they're good, but I'm not sure. Because the other cards, I feel they're pretty good. We all got all 4 Bloodbraid. Maybe this is a mistake, not sure. But I like bolts, I like sprawls, I like Arbor Elf, I like Angers, I like Scavenging Ooze, Blood Moon is good, Bonecrusher, Pillage, Pyro. Like, I like pretty much everything. And Bloodbraid is pretty good to have advantage on your opponent when you're playing against like a Giant or Blue-White, but against humans, especially on the draw, I think I want to have more action cards than a 3-2. So I have a turn to Anger. Fine, I think. Alright, Noble Liar. Another land. Alright, so red. Hope my opponent doesn't have a Kite Sail Freebooter this time. Oh, Red Champion. Why do everyone have a Red Champion? Alright, so they don't have a second land, so I think I'm still going to cast the Anger just because like it's killing a land pretty much. Maybe it's bad, but I think I'm fine. I don't really want to play the Ooze now, so let's just cast Anger. Hope they don't draw another land. Champion is not. Other Anger. So I'm gonna play my. So Baloth is one card that can block a champion. Gain 4. Nothing happened. We're back to normal. Alright, so opponent got his second land. Black. I'd say take Anger. So Glorybringer would be great here. No attack. Land. Might as well it. Play some tapped this turn. So hope my opponent doesn't have too much, like a Mantis Rider or something like that. Like I said, pretty much every card in our deck are pretty good, or fine at the very least. Maybe except for Sprawls, Arbor Elf, and Bird right now, but for the most part, I like our top deck. So we just need to top deck spells, and we're good to go. 2 Rock Champions are pretty annoying. I will. Yeah. I think I'm gonna lose to double Rock Champion once again. Alright, so let's play Bun. So we managed to stabilize. My opponent won't be able to play too much stuff. Just need to draw winning cards now. Like Glorybringer. Sprawl. I wanted to see. So let's put a Sprawl on this and say. Maybe I should attack for 4. Is it worth it to attack for 4? Well, it's my only blocker against or a champion. No, actually I have Scavenging Ooze too that can block. While in play. I'm just taking 1 every turn, so I still have time to draw something. Glorybringer is in the house. Alright, so play the bringer. I think I'm gonna kill the Perished because I don't need Anger for now. Exert. Attack for 4. Attack? Yeah. Start your champion. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. And want to block opponent? No. 12. Alright, Glorybringer was a beautiful draw for us. Attack for 3, so yeah. If we go on like that, I'm gonna win the race. Even more so with a basic forest on my side. Attack for 7, last turn. Don't really know why they attacked 3. Yes, they don't have anything else to do, but still, my swing back is 7. So. Glorybringer number 2. Elf. Alright, so we're 3-1. We managed to beat those pesky Auric champions. And we're on our way to round number 5. Honestly, Gruul Midrange, I just love it. Which is kind of weird because usually I don't really like playing creature decks. Like my favorite decks in Modern were Burn, decks like Monored, Blitz, which are, they have creatures in them, but a lot of spells mostly. Yeah, I think it's fine. And also, I've been playing a lot of Blue Moon recently, and your Breach. So, just like Lightning Bolt decks in general, love Blood Moon decks. And Gruul Midrange, just really fun to play. Just like it. The decks that you have to think a lot sometimes. Other times not really, because the deck drives you to victory, but some games are very grindy, and sometimes you can just make so many small missteps, and it's gonna lead you to a loss. Just like that, the deck, you need to think a lot. You have a lot of good options in the colors if you want to, like Veil of Summer, Renin 6. And you can play a lot of good cards. Are just fun to play, like Klothys, Glorybringer. Almost no deck is playing those cards in Modern. Seasoned Pyro is being played, but other than that, Chandra, Awaken Inferno, we're on the last troll. Just so fun to play. And this deck gives you the opportunity to play. Alright, so that was a small misstep. I wanted to not take 2, but he had it Dark Confident. I wanted to hold my not take too much damage. Didn't know who was going to play a Lightning Bolt target. So he's gonna have 1 draw with Flying to Dust. Pretty good against a Klothys on play. So honestly, yeah, I'm playing against Rock. Pretty sure. Honestly, don't really know if Rock can beat a Klothys. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the Higgs Ranker. Probably can kill. I can beat Gruul Midrange with Higgs Ranker, but other than that, I think it's gonna be hard to beat my Klothys. My 3 Klothyses. Yeah, these are pretty much dead cards at this point. So didn't draw another land, not gonna eat my land. Let's eat your Hexdrinker. Dump your Bob. Pass turn, opponent. So next turn, if we can draw a land, we can play our Glorybringer. If we manage to draw a Seasoned Pyro, can get rid of those useless copies of my God of Destiny. Alright, Klothys is one good card. Oh, nice. We managed to draw our land. So let's eat your Field of Ruin. Make a red. Shock. And kill your Klothys. That was very good. Exert. Kill your Klothys. Faster. Alright, Starless Striker. Pretty good card. Decides to shock to be able to investigate. Or plays a Goif. Pretty good too. Another Glorybringer. Alright, let's or Wooded Foothills. Red. Question is, do I want to kill the Goif or the Tracker? Doesn't really matter. I'm going to be able to kill both next turn. I'm just worried that the Goif is gonna grow to a 4/5, so I think I'm gonna kill the Goif, give him another clue, and unless he has exactly a fetch land in hand, which I know he has a Clang to Dust. If he top deck a fetch land, gonna be able to save his Starless Tracker by drawing 3 cards. But I think it's safer to kill the Goif. Alright, 4/3. Other than that, he's just dead if he doesn't kill my Glorybringer. Press. Okay. Look at my wonderful Klothys hand. Actually, he wasn't quite dead because in response to my Klothys trigger, he can eat something with his Clang to Dust. So wasn't quite dead, but I had 2 Glorybringer on the battlefield. Alright, so against Rock. Chandra, run the last troll, 2 Baloth. Relics. I think Bonecrushers are pretty weak. Bolts. If he has a Hexdrinker, I have no way of killing him, so I think I'm gonna keep my Bolts bird. Has a lot of removal spell. Blood Moons. I think I'm gonna cut 2 of them. They have a lot of basic. And maybe cut 1. Well, cut 1 bolt. Yep, straight like that. Because if they play Hexdrinker and I sideboard out my Crushers and Lightning Bolt, I have no way of killing it, so... Oof. Yeah. Alright, so No discard spells, we're good to go. If they do have a discard spell, we at least have 3 acceleration, so fine. Bloodbraid, yep. So probably just gonna play the Sprawl. Because I know I could play Bloodbraid turn 2 or Ballot turn 2 by playing Elf and he survives. But I think it's just safer to play my Sprawl. Because, well, let's see. Let's say they do push, Inquisition, take a Sprawl. I play a Sprawl, I have only 2-3 mana. So just gonna be safer, play Sprawl. Red, faster. This thing, Quagmire. Alright, Inquisition. Really hope they don't have a second one. If they do take Arbor Elf, that means they don't have a push. But in Rock, you're running like 4 push, trophies, Abrupt Decays. You have so much way to remove creatures. Alright, so didn't take my roll like I said. Let's fetch Shock, kill the Quagmire. Bye-bye. Fire. So next turn, if we draw a land, we'll be good to go with our Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, 3-4 Goyf. And we drew the land, so I think I'm just gonna play Bloodbraid Elf. See what I can get. There are a lot of good targets, like another Pillage. Scavenging Ooze is also pretty good. They need to remove that because Goyf is gonna grow. Not gonna grow. Is gonna decrease his size because of Scavenging Ooze. So they know I have Ballot in hand, so probably won't play Lily into plus. Or if they do, just dumb. Alright, push my Scavenging Ooze. Wow, they added a creature and an instant to the grave at the same time, so he grew to 5/6. And they play their own Ooze. That is going to get bolted. That for 5. I'm gonna take 5. Down to 10. Alright, so bolt your Ooze. Play Arbor Elf. Play Arbor Elf. So they know all the information I am running. So attack for 3, pass turn. And if they have a Plague Engineer, gonna be a bit rough. Plague Engineer on Elf. No, don't do it. Alright, Catching Finks. That is fine. Attack for 5. I think I'm not gonna block just to. Well, I could jump with 1. We'll still have 4 5, 6. Actually, I have a 4 cost cards in my hand, so not gonna block now. Gonna take one more hit. Alright, so this is pretty much what I wanted to see. Let's play Baloth. That is why I kept the Arbor Elf to cast a double spell. So play Baloth. And 4. Good night. Untap this. Tap this. Play Seasoned Pyro. Draw 2 cards. Another Pyro and a Bloodbraid. Okay. And that is pretty good. Gonna hold my creatures in defense for now. Because I can unblock. I have a lot of value coming. Pillage tracker. Okay. Plays a clue. So if the Goyfs attack, I'm gonna double block for sure. Alright. Block and block. Doesn't do anything. He has nothing in hand. So decides to my Pyro alive. Arbor Elf. Probably gonna transform this into an elemental. So let's play that, play Bloodbraid. That is pretty funny. I could pillage his clue, which I think is not a bad idea. Or just the Overground Tomb. Maybe you sacrifice a clue. So, you gotta prevent a +1/+1 and a draw. And I think most of the cards he top decks, he'll be able to play them. And I think I'm gonna destroy a clue. Alright, so that is on the battlefield. That on top. I want to play the Arbor Elf. Maybe. I have the mana, so like if I couldn't cast it, wouldn't do it, but Arbor Elf is better than a random elemental. Draw 2. Okay, okay. We're drawing a lot of good cards. We drew Seasoned Pyro into Bloodbraid, into Seasoned Pyro, into Chandra Awaken Inferno. Alright, so we'll keep our Seasoned Pyro for blocking. Packs. Another Seasoned Pyro. Oh my god. We have a lot of mana, so tap this, untap this. Tap this, untap this. Tap this, untap this. And tap. Play. Alright, so bolt your tracker. And we have perfect mana to play everything. No! Let's see what I will draw with our Seasoned Pyro. Oh no, it is the end of this league. Alright, so very funny league. Ended up 4-1. Yeah, just Gruul Midrange. Had a lot of fun. A lot of funny plays came in this league. So if you want to see more Gruul Midrange, just let me know. If I did misplays or bad sideboarding, let me know also in the comments. That has been GG for Goblin Guide. See you next time. Bye bye.